you guys. Welcome to I Love Green Guide Letters, the podcast where we talk about the letters to the age newspapers, television, and radio lift out the Green Guide. I am Steele Saunders, and I do love those Green Guide letters. We are podcasting under perfect blue skies in the Hollywood adjacent studio. And we are joined by two classic letter lovers. Letter lovers that were like, you know what it'd be like at Lollapalooza, you know, that sort of thing, seeing just like Guns N' Roses, like meeting the Beastie Boys. Legends among legends. That's what it was like in the pre-show today. And we welcome from her high octane gamer chair, vocal soundboard.
Ooh, this could be anyone.
Her horns are erupting. Yeah. It's I genuine thrilled to be back with Demi Lardner. How you doing?
The original Beastie Boy. What you want? Can't. Hello, Demi's back. It's Demi.
Just slipping in a quick C.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. You live in the place where you can't say that now. Is that hard for you?
I've got my headphones
on. I can say it whenever I want. Okay, but you're still, but you can't even do it on the streets. You can't even say it on the streets. Is that hard for you? And have I triggered something that's going to wreck? Have I wrecked your day, darling? Because I didn't want
remarkably, to. I've dealt with it pretty well.
I think as soon as they hear your accent, they don't care. They're like, oh, you're the one that's allowed.
Oh, I should have asked Demi. You know this is on video, yeah? Okay, fine.
Why?
Because like people will be able to see it.
Your tits are out.
Yeah. Oh my God. Hang on. Wait, let me just do this. My desk does this, by the way.
Oh my God, she's shrinking.
Is that better? I'll bring the mic down. Is that better still? Sorry about my tits and flaps that were out. I'm so sorry. Rhys has got one too.
But you didn't know you were going to have Dickie Nee on the podcast today.
So many obvious puppet jokes. So many obvious.
Just can't. You knew what you were gonna get. You knew what you were gonna get. I'm just saying.
I'm being respectful of your privacy.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I don't think there's anything that's gonna dox me.
I know you haven't introduced me yet, but it's me, Joe Creasy, and the get him cancelled. When you say that we're like the Beastie Boys, do you mean we're two white people working in a medium pioneered by people of color?
Dude, podcasting is a white man's game, all right?
That's true. You got me there.
That's true.
Also joining us from the mental plane that is 10 days in quarantine.
14.
But
you're I've been in here for 10. Yeah, I'm only up to 10. Sorry.
Way to step on my mathematically correct intro, Rhys Nicholson.
Hey. I'm so happy to be back. I'm actually, no, I just realized who probably is the most. Am I the most in the sealed section person on the podcast? But probably not. That'll be Adam Richard, right?
It'd have to be.
I'm not. There was one show it was live at the Athenaeum with Mooney, Fiona, and Fleet. And
okay.
And some of that got cut.
Yeah.
The better question is, did any of that get in?
Well, from memory, I feel like half the show was like when you listen to the podcast, it went for like 35 minutes. Then there was me saying, "Hey, come to the comedy festival next week. That'd be great." Yeah. And then there's like about an hour and a half of random words.
Yeah.
Cut up. But
that's every one of their shows.
Every single
just about an hour and a half of random words.
Yeah.
You just do your best, Rhys. Don't worry about how much everyone else is getting in the sealed section.
Hey, look, I've grown up. I'm a big boy now. I'm woke. That's not true. Imagine if I got really, really woke and like very religious. Like, and I hadn't told you about this, and so I came on the podcast and was just really. I just gave kind of one-word answers to things, and I actually quite like The Good Wife.
Aren't like wokeness and religion separate planes of life direction?
Yeah, true. But I think they intersect occasionally.
Yeah.
I reckon religious people think that they're woke.
They think so, but then
they're
they want
woke to
certain people to die.
They're awake. They're awake.
They're awake. They're awoken. They are awake.
Yeah.
They go to wakes.
Yeah.
They go to
True.
They
Love
go
awake.
to wakes. This is great. Okay, and what else do they do? Come on, guys.
You should
Give me
come to my
something
new
to work with.
podcast.
Come on.
Come to my new podcast, Wake Watchers, where we go to your grandma's funeral and we give it a rating out of 10.
Loudly.
That'd be a great funeral director's like title, like to appeal. It's not really a market that are into funerals, and that's young people. But if they were, we're really woke about our wakes.
Yeah. We're Wake Watchers. You
better
get a
than
card where
White
you get
Lady.
to collect points.
There was one in Rosebud called White Lady Funerals.
They were
Yeah,
in
we had
Adelaide
that.
as well. Yeah.
You're really like narrowing in on one segment of the possible dead people market.
Yeah, right? What else? I mean, White Lady Funerals is kind of just like, okay, brunch after this. Who's gonna have margs? Margs, it's fine because it's got tomato in it. It's one of you 2 and 5. Come on, who's coming? Kelsey, Rebecca? Yeah, that kind of
That
shit,
like White Lady Funerals is one of the few times that Wake Watchers and Weight Watchers kind of intersect into one kind of meeting. Today we're burying a fat friend, Tina.
She's about to lose many pounds.
Yeah. How many calories in embalming fluid?
I'll just look that up for you. 1 second.
Thank you.
They're quick calories, though. Do you know what I mean? They're in and out.
Yeah. Tell you what, formaldehyde, hard to lose.
I feel like this quarantine is how are you doing? 10 days.
10 days. This is my third quarantine though, so I'm weirdly kind of a pro at them.
How many of those were during COVID though? Bang.
Well, yeah, I was held for a while a few years ago. I did one in New Zealand, I did one in Canada, and I've done one here. And they're fun. It's weird how you learn rhythms. And
which country's got the best quarantine? Come on.
Australia. I'm having a great time in here. I can't leave my room.
They do, mate.
The food.
Yeah, they fucking do.
Australians,
let us be sick.
And you've got a chance of catching it as well, so it's exciting.
Yeah. Hey, I'm double vax, baby, because I've been in another country. So it's very easy to get vaccinated.
Oh, I want to get that stabbed so much.
You got the international jab.
Yeah. At the International House of Jabs.
It's incredible. Here in California, it's literally like going into Priceline. And you you just rock in whenever you want. Go past.
You think you're going in there just to buy some shaving cream.
Bargain. Cut price towel after cut price towel. Discounted nappy after discounted nappy.
I love Priceline.
I love Priceline.
You think you're going in there to spend $5 on something and you spend $150 and you're walking out with the longest receipt you've ever seen in your life. You're like, I don't need any of these.
And
that's
like a chin piercing.
We're going to get sued. You got to say, you go in there expecting to spend $5 and you spend $3.75.
No, but I mean as a compliment. You just keep seeing things that you want. You just keep going, maybe I do need that. Maybe I do need
branding.
That.
It's good branding.
Yeah, but you don't want to, like, I get where you're coming from, but you don't want to save yourself into bankruptcy.
True. Yeah.
You don't want to.
Like if you just
Demi and I
I
we have a different plan.
$300,000 on Amazon today. It's like, oh yeah, but how much did you have to spend to make it?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, mate.
Yeah.
Dollar saves, the dollar earned. Haven't you heard that saying?
Yeah.
No.
Tell you what, quarantine, not great for you. Like yesterday, I ordered to be delivered to my house when I get home an ice cream maker. Like I've started just buying like weird things that I think I'll need.
Go
$400
ahead of me.
$400 ice cream. $400 ice cream maker. Never shown that much of an interest in ice cream.
Yeah,
But
I've done
I'm gonna make it.
I've been doing the same things. The other week, Tom walked into the lounge room, and I wasn't like in a position to be startled.
Whoa. Tom walked into the lounge room.
Tom David walked into the lounge room. He still fucking got it. Quarantine doesn't have nothing on this bitch.
Jesus Christ.
So Tom walked into the lounge room. Tom walked into the lounge room. My laptop was just like on my lap, but just seeing his head kind of descend down the stairs, I like jumped, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Nothing," until 3 days later when both a composter and 2 new wigs arrived at the door. I could be anyone.
Two new wigs is really stuck out for me there.
Yeah.
Stuck out is what I just said.
It fucking stuck out, didn't it? You don't know what's gonna do it until it happens.
Georgie Carroll, is that you?
It's Georgie. You come to my house, my son Bob's gonna punch you in the vagina. That's what happens when you go to Georgie's house.
What about if you're a dinosaur?
Oh, cloaca, yeah. He'll punch you in any hole you have. Oh, just first time I went to Georgie Carroll's house, she was like, "Oh, and this is my son Bob." And I was like, "Hello," and he was like, right in my vulva. I was like, "And is that something that he does?" And she was like, "To everyone, yes."
I like the idea that when he was born, that was the first time. As he came out, he looked around, he just punched.
Fuck this!
You could do there's an old pro wrestling bit where someone hides a pan in their chest. So when someone goes to hit them, like a frying pan. So under their like leather jacket, they're a pro wrestler.
Yeah,
you know?
like Houdini.
Mick Foley or something.
Yeah.
Houdini,
so when someone goes to hit them in the chest, they get like doing, like, do you know what I mean? So next time you go there, get a little pot, little pan down the britches and crack, crack some youthful knuckle.
Down the witches and britches.
Witches and britches. God, I would have loved to work there. I used to be a children's entertainer, and honestly, the highest, loftiest goals that I had was, I want to work at Witches and Britches, the very badly paid, bad chip-having restaurant.
Great place
to go on a Christmas, like a work Christmas thing, and make out with someone.
Do you go on the Green Guide Letters podcast Christmas drinks, just you by yourself at Witches and Britches?
Dude, that's what I feel like the last 18 months of my life has been. So, yeah.
I hope I don't call HR on myself. Hand squeezing your own leg. Stop, Steele.
Has anyone made a comment yet about the glow up that you've had by moving? Like the last time I saw you was in Los Angeles, and I'm not saying that you are unattractive in Melbourne, but you are much more attractive now.
Yeah.
That's all. I just thought I should point that out.
No one has brought that up, but like,
you've had an absolute glow up.
I wasn't about to step in and go, "Oh no, we covered that." Like Adam Richard did like 30 minutes on that last week.
You could have. You never know.
Could have.
But I'm just saying, you're a handsome man now.
He wouldn't. I don't think he would have been kind about it. If Adam Richard said something about this, I think he would have been like,
"Yeah, he's like, you'd be waiting."
Is the comedian's way. You have like an audience of people laughing, but you see one person not laughing, you focus on them.
Yeah.
That's the way you transcend?
That's
the way you trans.
Or are you coming out of trans right now?
Are you coming out? Oh my God, Steele.
Are you trans hot?
I'm transformed.
I transitioned into hot.
The way I read that very nice comment is in Melbourne, Ugmo. Although I was HR
Tickle me Ugmo.
I see some of those photos and I'm like, wow, I'm a corpse that's been down the Yarra for several days. Just
Yeah, but a hot one.
Puffy.
Yeah, hot corpse. It's like, ooh,
Hot
no,
dog.
it's
someone's murdered a model.
got to get that corpse under some LA sun. I tell you what did it. It was the pram. Just like going around. We
Yeah.
did many kilometers, or as they say over here, miles.
Miles.
Mm.
I've heard of these.
Demi is providing good content for the video watchers.
It's Mr. Bean.
I'm trying to think of what would Mr. Bean say?
Are you
if he was
also
on a
going to ruin
podcast?
James Acaster's life?
If I can, you see me just hold up a gun. That's how I'm going to do it.
Hey, Rhys, can I ask a question about your hotel room?
Uh-oh.
Is
Yeah,
there
I've done a painting.
Why is there two like little bedside tables next to each other?
Okay, thank you for noticing.
It's been killing. It's not a good sign that I've been
insane.
thinking about that for the past 20 minutes. Yeah.
For two reasons. First of all, I've changed around the room. One, because I think it's good if you're going to be in a hotel room for a long time. It's good for your mental health to change, rearrange the room so you're not like, this is a hotel room every day.
Yeah.
Second of all, it's made a runway for my walks. And has also created a space. I've been VRing a lot in here. I've got an Oculus Quest and Oculus Quest 2.
We've talked about that.
And your little lamp babies, have they been happy to be
my little lamp babies? Well, one of them won't shut up. But I've created like a space so I can. But then I hope no one can see through my windows because the window is there, and I think there's nothing more embarrassing than like catching someone on VR. Like
there literally isn't. When I've walked in on Tom playing Beat Saber, not realizing that he's completely turned himself around, completely shirtless and sweaty, and trying to dance to get more points and hit like the higher boxes. Awful. Yeah. Really awful. I'm actually glad that we're checking in on you while you're in quarantine, like actually on video, because I wouldn't have I don't know what I would expect, but if gone unchecked for some reason, like at the end of the 2 weeks, people would come in and be like, you've laid eggs. How did you do this? There's just,
you look like an egg now.
You do. I did say as well, you needed to be more pale. So I'm glad you're indoors for all this time. I've just got a hood. Mine isn't even funny.
I mean, it does look far too big for you.
It's Tom's.
You look like a baby that got shrunk, or Demi got turned into a baby.
I got bigged. Yeah. I got Tom. What's his face? What's his name? It's not Tom Cruise.
Tom
and
Walker.
His first name
You've been with him for a long time.
Tom Bosley.
No, I don't think his name's Tom, but maybe it is. And he got bigged and he played Hanks. His name is Tom.
Tom Hanks.
I was right.
An Australian COVID pioneer.
Yes.
I was trying to think of what's the stand-up movie that he's in? There's a movie with Sally Field in it. I was trying to think of it the other day, and I was trying to Punch. Is that it? Movies, especially in the 80s and 90s, about stand-up that have done zero research about stand-up. And
yes.
all the comedians have lockers backstage, and they clock on. Going on down to the Comedy Factory.
Sooty face.
It's so unrealistic. I saw this one that was set in 93 and all the comedians backstage liked each other.
Imagine.
Come on. As it.
What was it, an improv show? Fucking weirdos.
Actually, to be honest, when you do, I remember recently before we went into big old cookie Roni lockdown again, I did it. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up with it. I'm not sure. But a couple months ago, I went and did the fucking hilarious.
You got to chill out. You have to chill out. I've not. This is too much too soon.
It's too much. It's
I haven't
quarter to 10
seen
here.
many people. Okay.
It's quarter to 10 over here, and I am never awake this early. So I both haven't had my ADHD meds, and also I'm tired, so I don't know what the ADHD and being this fucking tired is gonna do. I'm gonna go.
Question about ADHD is it, meds, are they like antidepressants where they're like you have to build up, or is it like I'm feeling ADHD, I gotta have my medicine now?
It's more like when do I swallow my speed? Now? Yeah.
I remember 2012.
It's like that, but it helps you focus. So when people take speed and they're not like, got my crook noggin, then they just go like, but I just go like, and then just have my thoughts and focus. But all I was going to say was a little, no, please, Rhys.
No. All I was going to say is that I am now thinking back to those times in the early 2010s when they'd be like, this speed is really good. And I'd be like, I'm not really feeling it. So that's...
Do you have ADHD, Rhys? Probably.
Oh,
it's like,
maybe.
It's so many of...
I don't know. I'll look it up later.
Look it up later. Have yourself a little look up. Make a game of it. It helps.
Yeah, I need it to be a game to focus.
Yeah.
What has been your worst use of time, Rhys?
What
do you mean? Company accepted. Thanks.
I don't know.
In the lockdown,
10 years in comedy, probably.
I do have to say, you're cheating. Like,
who told you? Oh, I mean, what?
See, he's in the background of Greece. He's right there.
Me and the security guard.
He's in the other bedside table. Because like you had to come into this lockdown, whatever it is, isolation, quarantine. But then all Sydney and Melbourne are under lockdown anyway. So it's sort of like you weren't going to go on the school excursion and then it got cancelled and you're like, oh, that's a shame.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. It's it's been much easier than other quarantine. First of all, I'm on the same time zone as people, and a lot of people want to have Zooms. A lot of Zooms are back. Remember those we're going to get through these, Zooms, and then they went away, and now they're back, and that's bad news. And sorry, Sydney, but we're going to work it out in Victoria, and maybe we should just have the Olympics in Sydney again.
I don't want it. Fuck off. And Nikki Webster won't return my calls. Come zoom around my house, Nikki. I've set up the wires. I'll just grab you. I'll aeroplane you around. You grab my hands. I'll push up with my feet and you can zoom around. Sing Strawberry Kisses, bitch. She won't do it.
In the same dress.
The exact same dress, and it only comes up to her belly button. Pussy out, Nikki Webster, zooming around my lounge.
Dear Lord. I tell you what, side to my chosen lifestyle, I'm always surprised to hear the word pussy. I'm just always surprised. Yeah, it always catches me by surprise.
I guess I probably say it too much to be ever really shocked by anything.
It doesn't. Well, it just doesn't come up in my life very often. I don't know if that shocks you. It comes up in my life a lot. Because
I'm very forgetful, and every morning I'll wake up and go to have a shower and then scream, and Tom will be like, "What?" And I'll be like, "What's this?" And he'll be like, "Demi, we've talked about this. It's like a half a cloaca."
It's like it's like 50 first dates with your genitals.
With my genitals, yeah. It's the one thing that I don't remember. Every morning, my hole paints a beautiful flower mural on the wall, but it doesn't remember the next day.
Jesus Christ!
What?
Is this an actual question? I think maybe for straight people, pussy is the equivalent to cock, as in it's used in sex more than in real life.
Well, I don't know.
I feel like also, it's used in sarcasm. Are you asking me?
You or anyone?
I'm bisexual.
I don't know.
Okay. Actually, Rhys. Actually.
Well, I bet you and my partner have a lot to talk about.
Yeah, we do. It's just you. It's just you.
I am all genders.
Oh, yeah. No. Chuck them all in. That's what God said. When he
I'm a cloaca of genders.
You're a cloaca of genders. God was like, I don't fucking know, and I can't think about it right now. Then he poured the big pot of genders into the Rhys mold.
He's going by he, him for lazy reasons, but there's probably something else going on there. Let's be honest.
Oh my God, Rhys. Naomi Higgins tried to accidentally, for ages, just kept telling people that I was non-binary. Just kept like on Twitch, kept being like, and Demi, they. And it was just constantly like performatively being like, Demi, they. And then we went to like the Drag Race in Australia thing premiere. We were walking along and I was like, and Naomi and we're walking to the toilets and we go past the men's toilets, quote, and she was like, oh, well, there's gonna be a line for the women's, you can just go in there. And I was like, what do you mean? And she was like, you're non-binary. And I was like, why do you keep telling everybody that? She's like, because you are. And I was like, you've just decided that. I never said that. You're misgendering me out of just some kind of whim that you had or a dream, perhaps. It's fucking weird.
So what you're saying is that you're chock filled with binary. I've
got so many binds. You're can
like
handle the amount of binds I'm full of. I'm ones and zeros, baby, with big square head. I'm a hard drive.
I saw a great gender neutral bathroom situation happen recently that I think I wanted. You know when something is funny, but it's not quite funny enough to turn into a stand-up story. Like, as in, when you see something.
Welcome to podcasting.
And then
yeah, exactly.
And then you just lie. You just have to add like one lie.
Yeah, and then I punched him. I was in a bathroom. I was waiting in line in Auckland a few months ago, and there was a couple on a date, and it was like one of those gender-neutral bathrooms where there's like, it's rows and rows of cubicles, and in some of the cubicles are like urinals, and some it's just kind of like the point of the bathrooms are like whatever you need. They're all here and they're all cubicles. And there was a couple and they were clearly having a date, and me and my friends that were having dinner were doing that thing that you kind of are looking at people on a date being like, oh, that's going well, and you kind of keep tabs on them.
Oh, and I thought you were going to say you saw them both in the bath. I was like, this
No, they were in line and they were in front of me, and I was just looking at my phone, and then one of the cubicles
at the toilets or the restaurant?
Toilets at the restaurant.
So they're in line together.
Yes, which is weird enough. Yeah. But I think maybe they both just needed. My original thought was that they were doing coke or something.
You do not line up for toilets on the first date. That is my.
Maybe it wasn't a first, but it was definitely early. Like they were flirting. Like there was like it was. They weren't dead behind the eyes yet.
Yeah.
And the one of the cubicles opened, and it was for a urinal, and the girl went, "Oh, there you go," and the guy was like, "Oh," and it became suddenly very clear that he needed to shit, and and I went from like looking at my phone like this to like
suddenly Susan,
and it was like just the panic, and it like what must have to him felt like 45 minutes, but was like 20 seconds or less than of just him going, oh no, like what do you do at that point? Like I
just need to masturbate before we
shit
make out.
in a urinal.
What do? I keep watching. I pull out my trombone and I throw him a little parade because I'm so proud of what he's going through. That's what I do. I take out my cymbals. A little poo parade for this man who's really going through it.
What do you do?
Hey. Yes.
Should we talk green guide letters?
Yeah.
Please.
Now, I'm very grateful that there are letters this week because they've promised me. I've been into no. This is the thing. If you build it, they will come, and if you don't mow the lawn, then your land value will go down. That's the old saying. And in my hiatus, the Green Guide letters they've shrunk to a mere column, and they apparently the Green Guide has said they put them out every 2 weeks, but this week it was every 3 weeks.
And does the rule still stand that we can't talk while you do your little letter?
Dude. There's now a new rule that you're not allowed to ask about the rule because you just know about the fucking rule.
Seems like a lot of hassle for. Yeah.
Can I? Hey, Mum, is the whole Not fucking pulling out a bong in the house rule still going? Because it's got to check.
Is it?
I cannot speak for your house, Demi.
Love for you too, though.
I feel
I
like
think it'd be cool.
in that seat you could pull anything. You know what I'm saying?
I've got the thing. I don't know whether it's the ADHD. It is. I can tell that it definitely is. But it's just that I can never remember very simple words for this thing. So occasionally I'll just be like, I got a rash on my lunch hole. And Tom will be like,
Good Lord.
Which one is it? So.
All right. Send in your guess to tweet us.
Tweet us.
Which is Demi's lunch hole?
Which one is my lunch hole?
And I hope you tweet that out as a tweet with no context to this episode. And you tag her in it.
I'd like to think your nostrils are your lunch hole. You smell.
Ooh.
You smell. It's like it's crept through the lunch hole.
Rhys, that's gonna be
what
good.
do you eat? Can you get like things delivered to your house, like food, or what's your diet?
Yeah, but the food here is kind of all right. Like I was in a quarantine in New Zealand and it was absolutely awful, and so I was doing a lot of Uber Eats. But no, the food here at the Stanford Sydney Airport is not bad at all.
All right, our guests prefer to stay at.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm gonna come fly a drone to your window and bring you some drugs.
Thank you. Good luck getting through that window that they won't let me jump out.
This one's only for jumping in. That's why I'll fucking get in there. You'll see.
Like your lunch hole.
I just imagine Demi just covered in glass. It's like arteries. It's like, they said I'd never get in. Look at me now.
And there's a perfect Demi shape in the window, like in Looney Tunes.
There's a perfect glass shape in the Demi too.
All right.
That's interesting. All right, let's get to a green guide letter. But the hip new green guide, this just shits me to tears. It's not called green guide letters anymore. Are you ready for this?
Called Cunts Yapping On.
Essentially, yes. It's called Your Say.
Oh, that is so just old cunts gabbing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just
sounds how deeply liberal.
Haven't in the last 2 years we've just hit the apex of hearing people's opinions?
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
great.
Okay. Hello, podcasters calling the kettle black.
No, listen. I had to plug in plugs and organize.
Yeah, true.
This effort.
True.
It's. I'm not just replying to a Facebook.
But I reckon the people writing
the
people writing in these letters probably have those types of computers from like 1994. Remember when computers had a lot of plugs? Like it took your dad like a day to set up your first computer.
I agree.
I went the different way. I was like, remember when the plugs from the previous computer matched the new computer? That's the day I long for.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, true.
I've got this fucked 2-monitor set up with like ring lights and key lights and 2 monitors and 3 cameras and fucking goes up and down. And I'm sick of it.
And USB-C can suck a dick.
Oh. USB-C can take a little adventure into my clunge. I just do not care for it.
It couldn't suck a dick. It would be the worst head job.
It'd be awful at it. It'd be so bad.
Out.
No.
Terrible.
No, I've got a really weird tiny dick
power.
that actually fits in right. It fits straight into the little bit of the USB-C.
You need the Apple certified dick because
because anything else it just blows out the ports.
Like this fucking bullshit setup.
Hate it. Fuck that. Hate it. Don't like it. It's fucked.
I think Demi's a thumbs down on that one.
Imagine if I was clearly nude from the waist down.
This is my setup.
Oh my lord.
All this shit.
It all glows red.
It's all fucked. This is our camera.
So much stuff.
So much stuff.
Are you like I see you posting Twitch stuff, but are you like big in Twitch or like what?
Nah, I mean I get Tom's bigger, but I don't try as hard. on Twitch. But like, we're making money. It's good.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. As I said, they pay to torture me.
It's like OnlyFans, but no nudity. It's just
Yeah. You're not even allowed to
torture
show feet
porn.
on Twitch. Yeah,
It sounds like it's Saw, but with video games.
kind of.
I
Well,
got,
that's how I set it up.
I found out only yesterday I'm on WikiFeet.
Are you?
And I got a
Congrats.
4.4 out of 5
right?
rating.
I used to be on WikiFeet and I had a similar rating, and because it tells you underneath what that's the equivalent on, and it was like good feet, and I was like, oh, cool. And then I told some of my moderators on like a Facebook page, and they're like, we'll take care of this, and got me taken off. And I was like, excuse me, they're not yelling my foot rating out of a car window. I'd love to now, and I'm not going to ask to be back on.
I'm going to genuinely put it on my poster next year. Like,
yes,
the age, 4.5 stars. Sydney Morning Herald, 4.5 stars. WikiFeet, 4.4.
I thought these moderators or whatever, not get it taken off, get it like up to
boost my
good
rating.
feet.
You should be proud. Someone wants to fuck my little piggies.
Yes,
And that makes me... Or be fucked by my little piggies.
Or be
I don't
fucked
know
by
what
my
they
little
want.
piggies for not judging. Whatever you want. Apparently, I'm non-binary, so I can't judge.
Quick, this piggy's gone to market, so quick, everyone else get in.
Me very quickly building a market in my asshole so your piggies will visit.
That will edit well.
And this little piggy went, wee. That's for piss play.
Anyway.
Shall we love a letter?
Yeah, please.
I was going to go on about it, but doesn't matter. Seems like a lot of work.
Not that it's all gone to where, but we have been recording this for an hour and 5 minutes.
There's the pre-show.
Yeah, true.
Good bonus content there for the patrons. Free plug for me. By me. All right. Here we go, you guys. This one is titled A Tour de Force. Congratulations to the SBS team on the Tour de France coverage. The commentary team are terrific. Their ability to pick out riders in helicopter shots is nothing short of amazing. And that's from Greg Morris in Essendon.
Greg!
Now,
I am Greg.
I feel like I don't know, right? If I'm bitter with so many letters.
You are.
I've grown.
I can guarantee.
I'm a cynic. but the last line, like I feel like Greg is like just couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
With what's going on SBS and they're peddling around France.
What are they peddling?
The Croissant Cup, if you will. But it sounds like it could be sarcastic. Their ability to pick out riders in helicopter shots is nothing short of amazing.
Oh, he's digging in, huh?
Like if you did this whole letter as like their ability to like that type of like, oh, what a tour de force, you fucking idiots. Like,
and
it's
also,
very...
my name's Greg.
Yeah. Like
good call, Demi. Good call.
Do we think Greg is a typo? Is it double E?
No, it's Greig.
Oh.
Which defies that rhyme, which I learned how to spell. So that annoys me. Like I before E, except after Greg. Like it doesn't. It's not how it went.
That was really stupid.
There are so many situations that rule doesn't even apply in, though, and it pisses me off. But Greg is fucking around, I think. Greg's having a little bit of fun. Wasting everybody's time.
He's having a bit of fun watching those bikes.
Does anyone else chase after him?
But the thing is, like, it could be like they're picking out the riders in the helicopter shots is nothing short of amazing. Like, you just see the shot from like a K up, and it's like, oh yeah, there's Frank. He's coming seventh. There's no way to check it.
Yeah,
Does anyone else think cycling is one of those ones where I know it's a sport, I know that, and it's a very hard sport, and people have to be very fit to do it. But I do not think of it as one. Like when it's on, I think of it as if it's like table tennis. Like it's. There's something I think because you can go bike riding leisurely. I automatically think of it.
Yes.
Like no one leisurely runs 100 meters sprint. Like no one's like, oh, I'm just to relax. I'm going to go run 100 meters. Like I don't think of it as like. I think of it as a luxury.
By like a Lucas or something in a wife
You think it's a
Same as
luxury? You
tennis.
think it's a luxury because you can only run like 12 meters right now.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a dream sport. You're going to be watching the Olympics
sport,
just in tears.
Same as tennis, croquet, all these things that people. I mean, croquet is different, but croquet is not a sport. But tennis is obviously you have to be incredibly fit. But I think of it the same as bike riding in that if I can drink a gin and tonic while watching this at the event, not a sport.
Not a sport. I'll drink gin and tonic anyway. To be fair.
Name some sports where you can't have a gin and tonic.
Archery.
Dude, the sober competition.
Dude, yeah, no shit. You always tip big at the archery. It's tradition. Always got a big tip for your bartender.
We get it. You live in America. Just pay
race
your
car
bartenders
driving.
more. Yeah, and that's another one. I think that's not even a sport to me. That's
not a sport.
Like that's just a thing that fucks up Adelaide Fringe.
I don't get how horse riding shit is supposed to be a sport because I don't understand who won the race. Are they proud of the jockey or the horse?
Well, yeah. Why isn't the horse up on the podium? Why aren't they putting a medal over the horse?
Yeah, because
why
the horse
isn't the bike getting a little medal?
Why doesn't the bike get a little medal? The bike did a lot of the work.
I've just realized I'm in such a the way that my hotel room is. I'm sitting in like the corridor where the audio goes straight into the hallway with the security guard. And I've done a few podcasts in the last, and he just hears one side, and he's just heard me like, "Why doesn't the bike get a medal?" I'm like, "Oh, we got to let this guy out."
Hey, here's a weird thing, right? You bring up a good point about who
unzipping his pants. He's unzipping his pants. Everybody.
Oh my god! Oh, Steele, please.
Please, Steele.
No, keep it out.
Listen,
that's not a weird thing at all.
I can't. I'm keen for everyone to watch the YouTube version, but now more than ever. Look at my whole time. My hands have been up here in a semi-praying position.
But they don't know that we're also on a Zoom call on our phones that they don't know about, and
they don't know about.
It's under the desk, and you've just been.
We've just been
looking at your.
Well, because you put it there
whole time.
What sort of sick-ass, new-age, tech-savvy Louis C.K. do you take me for?
No, you hired two Smurfs to unzip your pants, so we have to look.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Anyway, right?
It's
us. Bring up a good point. Listen, I want to know about this. So this horse racing business, right? Listen, I need to be heard.
We've snapped the substitute teacher. He's snapped.
He's crying.
I ain't no fucking substitute. I'm the fucking permanent. I'm there for you.
Are you having a beer? Oh,
yes,
it's
the afternoon.
It's nighttime, yeah. Or whatever it is over there.
Yeah. Anyways, okay. This horse racing business.
Yeah. So in the Melbourne Cup, right? In the Melbourne Cup, the horse wins. But in the Olympics, the person
wins.
So what the fuck?
And
so what the fuck?
Is all the horse stuff in the Olympics, is it gender? Like, is there best female equestrian? It's not the Oscars, but you know what I mean? Like, is it men's and women's or is it genderless?
I'm pretty sure it is men's and women's.
That's another thing about why I obviously the Olympics sucks because they're like, even if you're too much like naturally testosterone as a woman, you can go fuck yourself is what the Olympics thinks. And I'm like, well, sports also suck. So why don't you just fuck off? I can't you either do one thing where everyone gets to be the best at it or eat my dick. I hate sports and the Olympics so much. Fucking
you know that Gina Davis almost qualified for the Sydney Olympics in archery?
Really?
Fun fact. Yeah, she's a really good. Imagine like the privilege of your background in that your backup plan is that's the nurses. I'll just ignore it. If you're
they're worried about you.
All right, I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourself.
Talk to your nurses. Well, you can still hear us.
Yeah.
I wonder whether they won't be able to hear it from here.
They're like, "How are you?" I'm doing.
Oh, you took it out.
will
I'm
come
going
up.
mental.
Yeah.
Let me out.
I like the
Somebody's-
thought that if you were on the Olympic Committee, like the International Olympic Committee, you'd vote against like having sport at the next Olympics.
I don't want sport. I only want
Let's just
paintings.
have the parade. Just the parade.
I want the parade, and then I want us to all do paintings at the Olympics.
Oh,
And let's
I
have
like
like
that.
the best like licking competition. Whoever gets through this donut first.
Oh, not in
They
this
can
COVID
win.
age. The licking's off.
Yeah,
the
we all
cancelled
get.
lick.
We're not. It's not just one donut, you psycho. Everyone gets their own.
Oh, okay.
I only
Wow.
get donuts from if I can find a really, really good Vietnamese bakery because they make the best fresh donuts. I think.
Mm.
Yeah,
Or-
the ones out of packets is fucked.
If those ones like not I don't think Donut King is the best place in the world, but the ones that are freshly, like when the cinnamon ones come out of the machine like fresh and they're like
Well,
hot.
cinnamon donuts, cinnamon donuts fuck. So definitely.
Cinnamon donuts,
Also-
though, there is a time limit on them. Like they have it's like buying a boat.
It's a
as
strict
soon
one
as
as well.
as soon as like yeah, as soon
As soon as you buy the
boat,
boat, you want to eat it because otherwise
Yeah.
it's gonna get cold.
yeah.
What's the boat?
When you
It's
buy
like,
a boat,
it's like a car, but you chuck it in the sea.
Now, how does that relate to the donut industry?
a boat, as soon as you buy it, I don't know. Someone only told me this recently. Like, there's no, like,
Are you starting a
Two
new
best-
topic, or is this about donuts?
no,
It's
it's about
about
donuts.
Okay,
The
good.
two best days in your life, right? The two best days in your life: the day you buy a boat and the day you sell your boat. That's what people say.
Yeah, and also like
What the fuck's
your
that
boat.
got to do
I
with
think
donuts?
A
You don't
boat,
get it.
when
You
you
don't
buy
get it.
it-
You're not a queer icon like we are. Okay, please go on. Please go on, Rhys.
when you buy a boat, it automatically loses 60% of its value because there's so as soon as you own it and put it in the water, it's only worth 40% of what you bought it for. So the
Yeah.
same as a donut, as soon as it's out of the oil, it's there's a very quick a trajectory,
decline,
like a
steep
down,
decline.
like steep decline of how good it's going to be. So like, so it's such a weird investment to buy like a super yacht. You could sell a super yacht for like $100 because it's just like, it's 40 years old. It's not good anymore. And same as a donut. A cinnamon donut starts great, and as soon as you're touching it, it is going to be shit within 10 minutes. So you got to eat it.
Yeah. And no one in
Look,
this
Look, it was a
world wants to
flawed
buy it.
metaphor.
No,
No, it was perfect.
Yeah, I actually am in favor of it because when you see the cinnamon donuts from the day before at the supermarket, they're normally 60% off. So it's like,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Coles, when you see like those Coles donuts, they do this weird thing to your mouth. Like, I mean, I don't know. I've had this weird thing recently the last couple of days where I haven't been able to smell or taste anything anyway. I don't know. But
that's weird.
I just want the security guard to hear it.
shouldn't have shared that donut. Shouldn't have shared it. But like fans, fuck off. Fuck right off.
That's what broke him. I can't believe it. Me doing the Pink Panther off of his one stupid gob sound was the thing that pushed him over the edge.
Fuck off.
Fuck off. I don't understand. My partner is someone who watches a lot of sport, like, and quite, and he's into it. But yeah, I don't think he'll watch the Tour de France. But he watches tennis, like those types. Like they're very rich people. There's rich people sports, I think. And I think Tour de France is one of those things.
He's
rich
from
people
Perth
sports
as well, which
Yes.
Oh, that's I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, but about the bike thing, right?
Yeah.
I find like the racing on the television, it's 90% boring, like 3% exciting, and then 7% the worst seconds of someone's life.
Yeah. Which
And it's
is
just-
to me
it's not
part
worth
of the
that 3%.
exciting. I don't know. They're like
I like the
I
fall
don't know.
downs.
I like
Yeah.
the fall downs. I was gonna say.
No,
It's like
it's
90%
like
boring, 3% okay, and then 7% yes, sticks in the spokes,
Well,
in the spokes.
Well, because they're not
it's like
quite
falling
that
off on a
age yet.
skateboard and someone throwing a trolley at you at the same time, like
Yeah.
a trolley toss. You don't want to be on the wrong side of a trolley toss.
It's but at least they're not the age yet where they're like
Yeah, they'll
having a
bounce.
fall. They just fall
Yes.
down. They're not having a fall.
Yeah.
Like think back to remember when
What
I
do you
mean, I know that they're all in
age? You talking about kids or bike riders?
either or.
Both.
When am I not talking about either kids or bike riders? And you can listen to my
That's what we've always
podcast,
fucking
Kids on
said
Bikes.
about I think what you have to do is keep your bones hardened by like breaking them, because me as a clumsy dipshit with no sense of personal responsibility am still falling over and hurting myself.
That is one of the best
okay.
Twitter bios in the game, by the way.
I've never broken a bone.
You've never broken? I've broken so many of my fingers and
Not what I've heard.
Yeah,
I just hurt myself.
that's
by
right.
accident.
I broke all those guys' dicks.
I broke all those guys' dicks. Snap them off. Do whatever you want with them. Have a little
How
game.
good would it be if
Oh boy.
an erection actually there was like the human
bone?
body
In
was
there?
built? There was a bone that like
like
erupted
Wolverine.
like some like age-old temple being activated after years, like the thing at the end of Total Recall. Where they put, it all
I
opens up,
agree
this bone
that it
like
will-
wedges out.
I would love it, but I want to know what you mean by how good would it be. You tell me your reason it would be good. I'm not going to say fucking anything.
I just like anything that's like a transformer or like it's just like an Autobot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I agree, but if you just keep like the other day, me and Tom were recording our podcast, and I just like looked down at my arm for a second and was like, and then looked back, and he was like, "No, don't do that. Why are you bleeding?" And I was like, "I don't know. Blood was gushing out of my shoulder." I was like, "I don't know what happened. Can we continue?"
Dear Lord.
Looks over and I'm hurt somehow.
Your arm had become a woman.
Oh, finally! That's beautiful. Now my arm can get pregnant with smaller arms.
Your pit menses. I had maybe my most fuckedest. I was having a conversation with someone recently. I'll be honest, I was a bit drunk, and we were talking about like there's this thing called snap evolution that I've talked about. Like I used to have stand up about it, but like it's where like the fact that we're losing wisdom teeth is like people are being born without wisdom teeth is like a snap evolution. Like it's just a thing that's like starting to happen very quickly. And we're like, oh, what would be the most fuckedest thing that could start happening? Like just out of nowhere, just
bone!
things.
The bone.
Well, what I was going to say, the most fuckedest thing that I thought was. It's vaguely related.
Wait,
what
shut up,
what
Rhys.
if babies?
Demi, say boner with that voice shit on. That'd be good.
Boner.
I can go the other way too. I didn't show you this. Boner.
What if babies started being born with like adult sized breast? Like you had to grow into your breast and dicks. So tiny babies born with their adult penises, and they had to grow into them.
It's going to make it so much harder for them to learn how to walk.
No, but like for those that are like burdened with giant dicks and boobs, they can't move for the first 3 years of their life. It's like, don't worry, your life is going to get so much easier. You're going to have every chance in the
You're going to be
world
doing a
as
lot
you
of
get
lying
older.
down anyway, so don't worry about it.
You can breastfeed yourself.
Yeah. Anyways, that was maybe the factor. Like it might genuinely be my dumbest thing before. Because also the image is pretty funny.
It's so good. It's so good.
Dude, have you ever seen a newborn baby?
They're so small.
Big porno tits. Big porn star tits.
Oh, my little tripod.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. Imagine trying to change a nappy.
Oh my
Just like
God.
this.
Oh, Jesus. Magnum Huggies. That's what you need.
Oh, man.
I need to buy a bra for my 2-month-old.
The past 2 years of my life are flashing before my eyes with the addition of a giant dick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit.
But not balls. The balls aren't coming in yet.
The balls are normal.
Oh,
the balls are the
baby
same.
size.
Of course not.
No,
Of course
we're not being
Yeah.
silly. Come on. We're not being silly here, okay?
Okay,
The balls
settle
are just
down.
baby size. All right?
Excellent. Hey, this letter is titled "A Red Letter Day." It's great to see the return of Steele Saunders and his podcast, I Love Green Guide Letters. Looking forward to some Arthur Comer classics and a few Angry of Camberwell style letters. And that is from Andrew Burt from Armonk, New York.
Wow.
So
New
Andrew
York.
Burt, long time listener, Andrew Burt is sending in the letters. He must have spent just a shitload on stamps from New York, and got a little mention. And listen, I have to say, disturbingly sad at how happy this made me the other day.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Seeing it up in print, I fucking get it. I get it.
I was just like sniffing the computer
man.
screen, whiffing
Well,
it up.
what's the
Oh, and I have to say, little Facebook message. Hey, mummy, you get that age. You know I'm in the age this week. Getting a little mention.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, you don't have
Oh,
to have
fuck.
that Herald Sun embarrassment. The like every Melbourne is like, oh yeah, I'm in the Herald Sun as well. What is? Can I ask what is what?
I do
has
have to say
brought
about
it
the
back?
Herald Sun, and like comedy reviews and that. It's so
A
funny
bunch of
that like
cunts.
people are just like, I hope Dr. Evil's little newsprint thing likes my jokes. Sweet.
Such fucks.
I used to when
Fuck the
I
Herald
would
Sun.
fly around for the Melbourne Comedy Festival.
Oh,
Sometimes I would have to like, if I got like 4 stars in the Herald Sun, it'd be like, yeah, I got 4 stars in the Herald Sun, but it's better than that. Like just
I got
having
4
to like
stars
preface.
in the Herald Sun, but it's still like it's good.
It's a
It's
good
a
one.
good show.
Like I'm not
Yeah.
racist.
Yeah.
they thought it was out of 10.
Yeah. What is my question is what I'm very happy this podcast is back. I was a listener and an occasional guest. But what's made the return happen? Are you just bored, or was there like was it a climax? Was there a thing that happened?
Were you bored or
okay.
did you climax?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
I knew I was about when I did the last show. I knew like we were pregnant, and then I was going back to America. And back then, it was
Very liberal way to say pregnant there. We were pregnant. Okay.
We were pregnant.
We were
Steele was
pregnant.
also pregnant.
I was
We
also
were
pregnant.
Both of us were as pregnant
us
as
were.
each other. Both
Yeah.
of us. He's so pissed off. He's so fucking pissed off, and he's wiping stuff off his face that's not there just for something to do because he's fucking fuming at us.
Listen, you childless fucks. I've spent the last 2.5 years programming my clone to operate correctly on this planet.
Yeah. Yeah. True. Oh, you're a
And I-
parent. I'm not
Oh,
denying
the
you're a
fucking
parent.
missus was knocked up, mate.
Up the duff is maybe the worst one, I reckon. Up the duff.
Up the
It's just
duff,
too-
yeah.
It's too visceral.
my egg got
Preggers,
basted.
Prego.
That's just one that I made up. I don't think that one's what people say. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But,
Basting the turkey.
And yeah, back then it was very hard to do it on video. What?
The podcast.
Get pregnant?
Yes,
Oh, the
yes,
podcast.
Yes, okay, yes. Rhys, yes,
Like,
thank you. Thank
Did
you.
Jackie tell you she got pregnant over the internet because she cheated on you in LA? That means she cheated on you.
How fucking dare you? Honestly.
She cheated on you with a man that looks clearly exactly like you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
clearly exactly like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the good compliment you get down the park.
Yeah.
Like someone's joke is like, "Hey, your wife didn't cheat on you." this time. Thanks,
Oh,
bro.
shit.
Thanks.
Thank you. Hey, Steele,
Oh, yeah.
how do you? No, I just wanted to say, how do you think Rhys and I have been on this? Do you think we have improved the podcast so far?
It's great.
Oh, thank you so much. That's really nice of you. I think we've done a good job too. Perfect.
People
Honestly,
just listening to the podcast have no idea what just happened.
I have no idea. But you guys can see me just learning like Coco the gorilla, just what to do with my hands to make it seem like I'm smart and good at things. Ugh, fuck.
Excellent. But yeah, it was too hard to do, and like just doing an audio, you'd never get the timing
Yeah,
right.
took a
And
pandemic.
It's too hard.
I also just needed a break. I was doing.
You were doing about 8 podcasts at the time.
No, but on the last weekend, I was sort of like, yeah, I'll go into Melbourne and I'll do 12 podcasts over a series of 3 days.
Fuck
And
that.
it just sort of fried me. And how's this, right? This is pretty bad considering what my podcast's about, and that's people complaining about other people. There was like a review on iTunes that just said oh, this, what a tired format or something like that. And I was just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go with that guy. Fuck this.
One bad review.
Dude on the internet seems to know what he's talking about.
Wildly popular podcast. You were looking for anything.
But
This
then,
guy doesn't like it. Having a little salt.
I know.
Stomping away.
I know. And the ironic thing is when I always expect people that are on the podcast that I'm reading out a letter about them, like I feel like they should be immune because they've been selected by show business to be judged in a public forum. Do you know what I mean? Like someone else said, let's put you out there. So I feel like they've already like won. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, then what brought me back was I did a podcast for my shop. The good plug, the Shore Store, 11 Manchester Lane, Melbourne City, 3000, theshorestore.com. Put as many W's before the address. We found out last week they all work. And
the probably has the highest hiring rate of any open mic comedian. Point at an open mic comedian that's wearing sneakers. They probably work at Shaw.
we hire our own. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I did go in there once and was like, I'm not cool enough, and just left. I can't. There was nothing. There was nothing in there for me.
You are cool.
What are you talking about?
You got a fucking hoodie on. What are you talking about?
There was a mop.
Anybody can wear a hoodie. I just wear Tom's clothes. And I'm like, look, it's too big for me. I'm Billie Eilish.
Does he wear yours?
The problem is, it's not you.
Tom can't wear mine.
Him. Tom's not cool enough. That's your issue.
I did something recently. I decided that I wanted my new look to be like on the street, or either on the street or Happy Gilmore era Adam Sandler. So I bought some huge basketball shorts and just wear it with a big t-shirt. And I'm like, it's me. Stop looking at me, Swan Man himself.
Well, the last time I saw you in person, I think you had a John Cena t-shirt and like filler slides.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
She's Adam Sandler on the streets and living on the sheets. What? No, I fucked it up. But you know what I meant. You know what I was trying to do. She's living on the streets and Adam Sandler in the sheets. There we go.
Yeah. I just think it's a good look, and as long as I do something with my stupid head, then I can pull it off. You know, if I have cute buns or something, I'm like, this is intentional. I know Adam Sandler doesn't have cute buns, but well, I mean,
reckon Adam Sandler's got a good butt? Like when he was younger, do you reckon he had a good butt, or he had like I reckon he didn't exercise, so
I think Adam Sandler was hot when he was younger.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because now, in order to be hot, men have to be quite beautiful, like the Harry Styles of the world, the Timothy Chalamets, or that. But
that's
back then,
true.
Well, I think for the most part,
true.
You don't want it to be true.
You don't want it to be.
There's some hard men out there looking good. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
but they're all. But they are.
What's that guy's name?
They're all like
Timothy Oliphant. Is that the actor's name?
But he's not. But he's also like in his 50s.
he was, oh my stars. He took off his helmet.
Absolutely.
And I was
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
He was all right.
But I'm
But there's
talking like
some
new.
weird
I'm talking
ones.
in their 20s. I'm talking in their 20s. Like,
In their
and
20s, yeah, you have
like,
to.
you know, even like John Boyega. Is it John Boyega from like Star Wars? Is that
Star
his
Wars,
name?
yeah.
Like, he's quite beautiful. Like, he's not like a whereas in the 90s, men had to just be kind of vaguely not care, and that was like, it was all about. I feel like these days we're a little bit more about looks and less about intent.
Attitude and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. You just get dragged. But I'm bringing it back. If you look like a grub for your whole life, people can't say that you stopped trying. So that's me.
There you go.
Keeping the
I
bar
look like
low.
shit and say this is a choice. It's fine. And that's what I do.
Oh, I knew I hadn't finished something. And then I hadn't finished the story. I can't deal with like a week of you never finish a story. So that's why I was like, there's something lingering. And I was like, oh, that's right. My life for the past 3 years. I did a podcast with Meso for the Shaw Store. So if you want to go, there's like a bunch of our buddies have been on that. Geraldine was on it the other day and Meso.
Right.
Shawstore.com, Manchester Lane Radio. And yeah, we just had a good podcast. It worked really well over the video. And I started thinking about it.
Tick, tick,
And
tick.
then, yeah, and it's been like so nice, the warmth from people on the internet.
Oh, I was
It's been-
excited.
Thanks,
Yeah.
buddy.
I was excited it was coming back.
It means a lot.
Me
to
You
me.
too.
know, had to wait a couple of weeks to get booked, but you know, it's fine. You know.
Yeah, but you know why I was letting you stew in quarantine to
Seems like I was an
yeah,
afterthought.
get you
then, I
cooked.
understand.
Get me.
Give him a couple more. Give him a couple more hours in there.
you're the guys that like your friend starts a room and you're pissed off that you got booked on the second night. It's like, fuck.
Yeah,
Way less people on the
but
second
if
night.
we're honest, the first night probably wasn't going to be good.
First night's always good. Get all the pity people coming. Great stuff.
Ugh,
Yeah, the pity party.
yes.
So thank you, Andrew, and everyone keep those letters going in because God knows they need some letters at ggletters@theage.com.au.
Do they talk about streaming services or is it just free to like?
Mate,
I'm
Do you know, like,
surprised.
as in, do Greenlight Guide
you-
letters
you-
talk about like is it just TV stuff? Like
All right,
live, or is it...
I just did a quick. There's very few letters. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 letters this week. One's about the SBS.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4. No, 5 are about the ABC, and one is about me. So not
I'm
the-
surprised actually that like, and not to toot my own toot hole, but when I was on the ABC.
Oh wait!
recently, and
Can everyone now guess which one is
Now please
Demi's
guess which
toot
one's my
hole?
toot hole, okay? And it's not the one you think.
Left ear.
But it's man, you can't fucking tell them because we need the engagement. I was on the ABC recently, and I realized while I was doing it, I was like, this would actually be really good fodder for one of these fucking complaints because I was like, we were meant to be I was on like one of the debates that they did that I think you can still see on iView or whatever. But I sang, we were arguing that pets are better than people. And I was like, oh, I don't like have a gimmick. And I have some jokes, but I don't know. I don't know whether that's going to pull me through. I'm going to write a song. And it was about how cats can lick their penis. And it was also about my dad being dead. And I was like, if this doesn't get me a letter, it's like, nothing will. But I'm surprised because the public hate me.
All right. So the comedian that climbed over seats at the gala doesn't have a gimmick. That's it's interesting.
I once on a
I
comedy
have.
festival debate at one and never got letters about it, and I can't believe it that I used to have a joke about how immigrants aren't ruining the country, backpackers are, and that's why I think Ivan Milat was a social visionary and how we should make him an MP.
Did someone complain that you didn't say that joke on the debate?
No, I did say it on the debate and there were no complaints. And I was like, oh,
That's
this
fucked.
country might
That's
be
fucked
fucked.
up. That's fucked up.
I reckon that like he's a bit of a fairy, but I like his ideas.
Oh man.
Ooh.
Excellent. Excellent. All right. Let's get to a final one before we go. There is a conspiracy here in the Green Guide letters. This one is called Breakfast with Estelle. Is that how you say? Do you know this guy David Estelle? Am I saying his name right? ABC personality, apparently.
Oh, I don't know. I
don't
don't know many things. I know Estella who sang a fun little song.
I already given my
Kanye
tax
West.
dollars. I don't watch it.
Okay,
I watch
great.
it.
Good
Take
stuff.
my money.
Breakfast with Estelle. ABC Radio Melbourne missed a trick by not giving the breakfast time slot to David Estelle. His ability to talk to listeners in the morning with wit and intelligence was a breath of fresh air when he filled in for the current host, who carries on like a dill with his FM charade. And that's from Gavin Bowman in Northcote.
Ah, so good to hear Dill.
Are we? Is Sammy J? Is that who they're talking about?
They are talking about Sammy J.
Sammy.
I did do some research. I Googled ABC Mornings Melbourne to find this out, which was quite an effort, I've got to tell you. Now,
they must have been so excited to get a Google from LA. They're like, oh, someone's going to pick us up. Hollywood's Googling us.
Better block that eye view.
But like what, like in what universe is like, I think Sammy J is one of our greatest, like he's really fucking funny, but he's not, he's maybe the most deeply ABC actor I've ever seen. Like to think of him as FM.
Yeah.
I like one of my early Melbourne comedy memories is Sammy J, and I went to see his, like, I think a fringe show that was like his storm warning or something, and it had all these video clips, and it was very impressive, I've got to tell you. Big fan. And looking back to that Sammy J, I am shocked that he's the Melbourne host on the ABC. Like, it just seems like it's hard to imagine.
Yeah.
But if I was told back then that he was, and I accepted that, the fact that he was a dill in that role, far less surprising. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I understand.
So I'm more shocked that he's there, not surprised that's how he's getting rated. However, information has come to hand via @SammyJ or whatever his little Twitter handle is.
Yeah.
He's put out there.
FM Sammy J fuckboy.
Oh, before you start handing out the fuckboys, the word on the street from Sammy J, please let me tell you can hear that helicopter for authentic LA listening.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is there a Bronco going down the highway?
I'm just doing a lot of stuff here, running podcasts left, right, and center over the border.
Steele just gets air holed through the window. We're like, what? Huh?
And we very calmly wrap up the podcast.
They're like, all right, well, thank you so much. That was our last letter. I've been Demi.
It was great to have him back. He went out the way he wanted with an assault rifle while podcasting.
From a helicopter.
And it would have to go around several corners. So good on them. You know what I mean? If you can, don't bonk them.
Oh, they can do incredible things now.
They're earning the kill. The kill. That's a hard fought little mark on the side of their chopper. But anyway, Sammy J has come out and confessed that he himself is Gavin Bowman of Northcote. And in some sick twist, he's writing in complaint letters about himself because apparently any publicity is good publicity. And from what I hear, the ABC publicity department is very underfunded.
That's amazing.
Only the publicity department, though. The rest of it rolling in cash.
Government funds should go off by the amount of Green Guide letters that you get. And that would ABC would be rolling in cash.
Oh,
yeah.
Fuck. Maybe I could just claim all of the people telling me to burn to death on YouTube and be like, they are all me. Nobody has commented on my videos except for me.
It was me.
Show us your tits you've had since you were a baby.
Yeah. I kind of had tits since I was a baby, actually.
Aw. That's cute.
Well, I think that's a very apt way to wrap up this episode of the Green Guide Letters. Oh, Rhys, you are giving the YouTube viewer real thrill. What are your tattoos of? What are those? Different.
That's the instruction. That's the first tattoo I ever got. It's the instructions of how to tie a bow tie.
Really? Is it confusing to look at in the mirror though? Like, is it? Because.
Yeah, kind of. I'm much hairier than you'd expect.
I've seen.
That is true.
It's exactly the amount that I expected.
How you like these big naturals?
Oh, that's so good. You look like the back of a plumber.
Haven't surprised me either way by a bristle. Oh, dude,
this is so good. This is so good. I want to get you a push-up. It rules. I'm not gonna do it. I would. I'm not gonna. It's different. It's a different vibe.
I'm not going to know what to say when Jackie asks how the podcast was. I really, it's great.
I'll just...
Oh, fuck.
Put me in the bin.
As a comedy connoisseur and podcaster, I do have to say, Demi, your use of the drops have been strategically razor sharp.
Yeah.
Just when we've forgotten about it.
Bam.
I feel like I've gotten my exercise today. My body is invigorated with uncontrollable laughter. So I so appreciate catching up with you guys. And
what a joy.
And it is amazingly sad that the only way I can catch up with people is by doing a podcast. That is just.
I mean, that's not. You could just say, "Hey, do you want to have a Zoom?"
You could, but that's the sickness of the brain. Is like I understand completely. I'm like, I'm not gonna talk to a friend. What would that be for? I can't have anything that brings me joy unless it also brings me like even a couple of cents of money. We're comedians. The joy must pay me.
I just don't want to like deprive the fan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Don't bring up the last 3 years though. That was. It was maternity leave. Because we were pregnant.
You yes, both of you. Both of you.
Joe Materno.
Fuck off. You have one, then judge me.
I do have one. She's a very finicky dog called Hopkins, and she once ate a razor blade.
I've got a dog called David who wants cuddles so much in the morning. He heads-butt me so hard he splits my lip open. It's happened 3 times.
Oh, while we're talking, wait there. This is a good treat. You guys can talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
I need to pee.
I know. No. Do your plugs, and then I'll be back with the treat.
Okay.
Right.
Rhys, you can go first.
Oh.
All right. You can.
Quick,
I've got a Netflix
just get the
special.
slows out now. Just get the slows out now.
Yeah.
Quickly,
Okay.
quickly.
Fuck. I've got a Netflix special called Rhys Nicholson Live at the Athenaeum. I'm on RuPaul's Drag Race Down Under. I'm on a show coming out Netflix early next year called The Imperfects. I don't know. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I made a TikTok, but I'm not going to use it. I made one out of panic, and I'm not going to use it.
Same.
He just had his summer do.
Oh my
yesterday.
God.
How old is Jerry now?
Like 15.
Holy
Shut
shit.
up.
Him and Dave would be best friends. Dave is the same age. Oh, Jerry, you look so
He still
good.
looks the same.
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't look like an old cat. Maybe it's because he's always looked like an old cat.
Yeah.
He still plays like Harry got him a little twinkle treat at the pet shop the other day. He's up at 3 a.m. with it in his mouth, going up and down the hall.
Yeah. Well, apparently, when a pet is getting old, you get a younger pet, and that revitalizes the older pet. So Harry
That's
is
what you
the
did
younger
by
pet.
having a kid. Yeah. I think David is still a younger pet.
Jerry's been very accepting, I do have to say.
That's good.
Very accepting.
Well, he knows a cute kid when he sees one.
Yeah.
Demi, do your plugs. I got to go.
All right, I got my podcast is called BigSoftTitty.png, and I have it's good. If you want to drop in an easy episode to start on, is like we had Paul F. Tompkins on, so like you can have the joy of listening to him instead of like being disgusted by us. And like I've got a Twitch stream, and just Google my name. I've got shit out there. Just find me. I'm not gonna do it for you. I love you.
You got the plugs section confused with the name drop section.
I gotta do it. They hear the name of the podcast, and then I have to bring them back on my side. That's why. It's strategic.
If Paul has Google alerts, the amount of times over the years that I've been like, people are like, and who's your favorite comedian? I'll always be like, oh, it's Paul F. Tompkins. Yeah. It's really painted me as he must be quite scared of me. Like I've met him a couple of times and I mean this with great respect. He does to me what I politely do to nervous fans when they meet me, that are just like very easy, kind of give very simple questions that they can answer quite easily and make it a very polite, nice situation for them.
And then give them a really easy out.
I've felt it happen before.
I was fucking horrified because I didn't realize he listens to our podcast, and he texted me, I liked this bit, and I was like, Paul, you cannot listen. It's not for you. It's not for you, Paul. You're different. You wear a tie. It's fucked.
Why don't you change it to the Paul F. Tompkins was on this show once podcast? It seems like
that's way better actually. Rhys has to go.
I have to go.
I've had a absolutely tremendous time. I feel
me too. Thank you guys. That was so good to do. I feel good about the day.
Yeah, that was so much fun.
Yay!
Enjoy your meeting, Rhys. You important.
Thanks.
Bye.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Hey guys, thanks so much for listening to that super fun episode to record. As I mentioned, it's good to be back. And on that, we are trying to get the word out that we are back and get some lapsed letter lovers back on to the pod. Give us a retweet or a share or a recommendation on your social media platform of choice. And if you're on those iTunes, you know we love those sweet 5-star reviews. As you found out in the podcast, the 1-star reviews do hurt. So restore the balance in the star rating. If you want to support the podcast through Patreon, it is $3 to get all the weekly bonus content and access to all 273 episodes of I Love Green Guide Letters, plus all the little bonus things that we have ever done. I'm posting up the pre-show as soon as possible after we record a new episode to get everyone primed. And then the full podcast for patrons goes up Tuesday. Wednesday nights, this is all Australian Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday nights, we are premiering the video version of the episode, and then the audio version on iTunes and all those other platforms will be up Thursday morning for Green Guide Letters Thursdays. But yes, Patreon is a great platform for you guys to get extra content, go back into those classic eps, and support the continued production of the pod. Now that it's back. Now that it is back. One other way you can support the podcast is shopping at theshorestore.com, either online or at 11 Manchester Lane, Melbourne City. Till the 15th of August, use coupon code COOLENOUGH and you will receive a bonus Shore Store t-shirt. If you're looking for a new pair of sneakers, a hoodie, a tee, clothing, swing past online or in person, theshorestore.com. And hit up the podcast too. If you like this, you'll probably like that. Second episode back. Hope you liked it. We'll see you next week. But now it's on to that secret show.
I got 10 minutes, baby. Let's do it. We can do it.
Let's do it.
Also joining us, Edit Point. Also joining us, Secret Section. Okay.
The original
Also
edit point.
Oh, you fucker. You fucker.
No.
And it's not like last week was chock full of quality. Like,
Oh,
God.
oh, it's two names I didn't think I'd have to deal with today. You know what I mean?
And that's the first time I always just expected they were the same thing. Like I always thought
Mr. Black.
was a character of
Mr. Black.
like a pretty like insensitive character of what
that's
a
his
human would be
internet
like.
handle on a few forums.
Mr. Black.
Yeah. Saying things like, I remember when Aldi came to Australia, he was on Today Tonight and said that they snuck into the country like the Germans that they are. And like compared Aldi to the Nazis. And then popped into his helicopter and flew off.
Wow.
The
So many jokes that have to edit out.
remember Tandy? Who remembers Tandy?
Tandy, yeah. It's like the Radio Shack.
Radio Shack. Do your little letters. I can't be left to talk. I need to make room with my desk because my moot gets tall when I
Oh my God.
have to have a rub.
Now,
Maybe
weirdly,
I am
Moot
non-binary.
is one that comes up in my house a lot.
Oh yeah, because it's beautiful to say. We need more umlauts in our day.
Yep, that's exactly how it works. That is my
Oh, it is.
understanding.
Use your voice.
But he believes in you, Rhys. and that's
He's
what
closed.
counts.
Let's just say he's
believes in
closed
you.
off his borders.
Damn.
Let's say it. I won't understand it, but we can say it because it's fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I can't fucking imagine it, dude. You just Steele looking at his kid, and being like, "Oh, his first words," and it's.
I will say this as
Anything
well. I mean,
more?
I've already
This-
complimented you. Cutest kid in the game. Cutest kid on Instagram.
Thanks, buddy.
Yep.
That section.
He's
will
like
go
he's
well.
like someone drew a child.
Yeah,
Like someone is trying to draw. Like what do you reckon
drawing a
child
cute
looks
child.
like?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Reference
just
me.
looks like I just freak out sometimes. It's just like it's I'm cloned. It's me.
Well, don't say it. I don't think you're allowed to say it.
Also, huge compliment to yourself just there. And we were like, what a beautiful child. And you're like, I look like that too.
Fucking do all right. I'll take any compliment I can get.
He's got like a tiny podcast. He does like a little.
He's
and-
got a little
He does talk in
podcast.
the mic. He's getting keen.
Aw.
He's getting keen.
Aw.
Oh.
Oh.
I've got a
But,
cat. I know what it's like. I just got a text
Imagine-
from...
Mr. Black.
I just
imagine-
realized,
what-
sorry, can you take that clean again? Because I accidentally just said...
Mr. Black.
And I don't know whether I should have said that. I should have said...
Mr. Black.
Can you just say the last thing you said again, Rhys?
Remember, yeah, I've got a
I
meeting.
do
at
remember.
11. Sorry. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry too for the other stuff.
Thank you, my
Ooh.
little magic dragon.
Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea. And all in the autumn. Imagine if I do the whole thing.
That song's meant. Does everyone else hear that song as like "Don't Wet
Hot.
the Bed" song?
Ooh.
Don't wet the bed?
Isn't that the theme song for not wetting the bed when you're a little kid?
Maybe
Just-
in your maybe in
Why?
the Saunders house.
Puff the Magic Dragon was some like urine monster that came and you had to like that song was about like not letting Puff
No.
come and wet your bed.
What?
Okay. We need to
Wait.
talk to Mrs. Saunders.
I don't. Oh. Is this something that you were told or that you inferred?
I just
Yeah, have you made this up, or do you think that this was just maybe in your like it's like every family has like a different way of like what they call genitals when they're kids. Like
Mango.
really, there you go. We were Willy in our house.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go.
It was-
But
whatever word
We were
that we called it, we didn't use it. You know what I'm saying? That's sort of.
yeah, right. But when it did come up, it
we
was
made up a
it was
word for it
honkin'
and we
cock.
banned that motherfucker. Not happening.
What do you mean? Oh, we're never going to get to this letter. What do you mean?
It's a good one too.
Okay, let's keep that in mind and let's move on to the letter. Maybe look at me moderating.
Okay. It is important to us, but we do need to get to the letter.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't fucking get
the
it, though.
Quanda host job's up for grabs, Reese. So this could bode
Yeah.
well.
I'll take that as a comment. You cunt.
Wow.
Imagine that was me. I got the job on Quanda somehow. And that I just got
Fuck,
myself
that'd be
fired within the first 10 minutes. It's like, well,
Okay.
Mr. Black.
who's a dipshit? Like I just was just very like not even. I was just biased, just deeply biased the whole time. You get a few
And
letters that week, I reckon.
While they're escorting you off the stage, they're escorting me in and I'm crying and I've already got a knife halfway through someone's body. I'm like, I don't know why I was the next choice.
Why isn't it Tom Ballard? That seems obvious.
It seems more obvious. I don't know why.
Anyways. Yeah.
You guys remember what was that
Nope.
guy's name who wore the Australia t-shirt? Big
Big
Remember?
Kev.
Kev.
Died.
Once he
Big Kev.
died. Once my mum, who is my height, when she was a security guard at Adelaide Casino, had to kick him out for being too drunk. It was so good. And I was like, Mum,
Would
you
you say
killed
that he
him.
was too
She was like, that
excited?
was years. He was so excited. Kept drinking detergent the whole time he was there. Just a green streak of Kev all the way out the doors. My mum just
Remember that
poked
just-
him with her toe and slid him out.
Yeah.
And you don't have to do anything before we shut the window or anything to make sure it saves. We can just
Nah,
go.
mate. Just fucking
All right.
close it
Nah.
down, mate.
All right.
Thanks for having me on. That was really
mate.
fun.
Yeah,
That
I
was
had a ball.
genuinely a
Thank
lot of
you.
fun.
Lovely. Thank you.
Have a great night in Los Angeles. Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, Demi. Good to see you. Bye.
Bye. Good to see you.